Hello, you're watching Avenue X and this is my 2023 end of the year Chinese drama summary video number 2. The best Chinese dramas. I know this year Chinese drama actually has produced more than usual, scored above 8 on Douban. Although, in my opinion, it's not the best year. To me, this is a year that started with a bang, and then everything that happened afterwards is trying to live up to that, but not quite making it. Honestly, I think we've had more laughingstock dramas that created a lot of debate online, than good dramas. Very good dramas do not create that much traffic, whereas crappy stuff gets everybody excited and rant about. Still though, we've had a couple of projects that I highly appreciate, and I'm gonna pick out my favorite, so I call them the best dramas. They cover, I think, as wide a range of types of dramas as possible, in no particular order, and also not restricted to, say, 3 goldmine dramas I give out. Starting with the band, Santi, 3-body. I've made quite a few videos on this drama. I've also talked about it in relation to Wandering Earth, the film, and Liu Cixin's universe of sci-fi, the adaptation of that, and how unusual this whole categories of literature creation and content creation is, and why it has a very special position in China, and in a way almost making it cannot fail or will get a lot more support from places where usual dramas don't. And because nobody really had a high hope for it, when it turned out to be this good, book fans, right, on the verge of tears of like, we didn't expect we deserved this good stuff. But it came out in such an exceeding our expectation way. I wasn't such a hardcore sci-fi fan. I know some of the highest claimed Liu Cixin's novels. I haven't read all of them, but 3-body is the one that I did read from beginning till the end. And I only want to congratulate the main creatives. They did get a lot of awards at the end of the year. Rightly so, deserves all that. I look forward to the second season. And I know it's gonna be even harder, a lot harder than the first one to make well. And they still haven't told you who is gonna be Luo Ji, the most important role probably in the whole trilogy of the 3-body, and so hard to pick the perfect person, so easy to fail. But if that person can do it well, he's gonna get something that he can sleep on for the rest of his life, literally. I am also very happy the fact that this drama came out so much earlier, whole year, than Netflix. I've looked at the trailer of Netflix and they totally made it into its own story. It has almost nothing to do with the original 3-body anymore. So you can think that the D&D are off the hook in terms of being authentic to original, right? The test is on them to see if they can pull off a story that's inspired by 3-body but is their own. And I don't have such confidence in their original creation. They're pretty good when they stick close to the books, but once they start to take their own flight, that was still a summer that I remember that had the absolute emotional trauma on me. Moving on to the next project. 去有风的地方. Its English title escapes me constantly because there are so many dramas in Chinese dramaland that uses the yourself idea. Find yourself, be yourself, like live with yourself, whatever self. It is so less poetic than the Chinese title. Go to a place where there's wind. Instantly, the poetry and the visual shows up. And the drama is poetry and visual. You see the beautiful landscape of Yunnan. You see the slow life that gets idealized quite a lot. The type of, if you don't have money, you can actually have that type of life, but then, you know, it's beautiful. It is the type of drama where we can call it doesn't have a clear narrative goal, but its entire process is really what the drama is for. It is capture the little things of life. Maybe we don't have to arrive at anything of any story if we can actually do justice to the process. I think this is one of those dramas. If you have to use metaphor, if a drama has an imaginary sort of focal length, then 去有风的地方 is the wide angle. Big picture, taking in a lot of information and let it happen. You really feel a spiritual massage. It's like a delicious hot soup on a winter evening. At the very beginning of 2023, it sets this overall very positive and relaxed tone. It still gives you that imagined drama space for you to escape to. After I've seen all the dramas I've seen this year, 去有风的地方 is the most relaxed, most positive, warm, and making you feel life is worth living drama. And for that overall happy energy, it needs to have a place on my list, and I almost forgot when I was writing down all the dramas that I think I'm going to talk about in this video. I almost forgot because it happened too early, right at the beginning. Also because there's so little pain this drama gives you, and it has so much things that's like life, therefore you don't even realize it's existing. And for that, I think it's so unique and so different. It needs to have a place on the list of being the best dramas. Next one, the unexpected urban legend drama. And now here comes trouble. Probably the closest to previous years will get like a lot of traffic and super explosively popular type of drama. If it's before COVID, where BL drama was still allowed. If it happened that many years ago, it probably will get a lot bigger than what it is like now. It's not a BL drama, but everybody shipped the two leads in that way. Like, don't tell me you don't, okay? It does not make sense if you don't. And the drama definitely doesn't shy away from the elephant in the room. It's like, okay, yeah, we're talking about good friends, but you know what it is like and whatever you want to ship. We give you the material, go and ship it yourself. But the drama is so much more than the two male leads that everybody ship about. The type of using the urban legend, using the very almost manga-like character to talk about the deeper, harder to deal with raw things, about all the deep things that makes us human and things that hurt us, things that makes us cry, but also makes us feel, again, life is worth living. Frankly, a type of story that cannot be made by mainland China right now, right? The whole of like ghost stuff is definitely not gonna go through censorship, even though it is not. The drama is about obsession and the type of obsession that becomes physical and materialized to our main lead actor. Other people don't really see it, right? It's his world. You can always argue whether it actually exists anyway. But all the human story that comes with that and the character's own journey with that touch of comedy is just so perfectly balanced. And I'm also very satisfied with its overall production quality. I think it's definitely on the higher end of drama production that can happen in Asia these days. A lot better than most of the idol contemporary dramas mainland China can produce. I have also made my only edit in 2023 for a drama. That's the only one. I haven't done anything for anything. I really want to do something now, but I may not be fast enough to squeeze that in by the end of 2023. This year has been too hectic for me, so I don't have time to sit down and make stuff. And not that many people are that inspiring for me to labor 20 hours for a 2-minute video. And it's also because I picked the perfect song. Go and check it out. It's still on my Bilibili. It's a perfect song. And I was just so happy when I heard the lyrics and even the music of that song. I'm like, this is born for the drama. I have to edit this edit. It needs to exist for this universe and timeline. So, being the drama, the only drama that I've made an edit for so far this year. Oh no, here comes trouble. Oh, thank heavens you came to me. Moving on to the fourth one. A drama that I didn't even think I'd put on the list when I was writing the list, but by the point I was getting to thinking through chronologically what happened this year, I suddenly was like, oh, how can I forget this one? This is something that I totally didn't expect. Doesn't look like anything that could in any way get a really high rating. Honestly speaking, didn't blow up and many people don't know. But everybody who's watched his drama has nothing bad to say about it. And everybody was like, it's so much better than I expected. Wow! Be your own light. 做自己的光. The contemporary 3 female lead story. Before it aired, I thought it's gonna be a crappy one. It's gonna be cashing in on the popularity of having the career woman, independent woman, everything's nothing but 30. Like many other Youku drama have done that failed at doing it. I thought it's just gonna be another one. It's Qin Hailu, it's Chai Biyun, it's Liu Tao, and I'm like, yeah, wow. Liu Tao has done dramas recently that I'm like, I can't even look at it. It's so embarrassing. Qin Hailu too, really. In the older woman, younger guy kind of like relationship. It even has another 结构 pairing where Liu Tao is the older woman and Liu Yuning is the younger guy. And then I open the drama and I'm like, oh, nothing wrong. Literally, I can't pick anything wrong with this drama. Romantic relationship-wise, it's one of the best 结构 relationship I've seen in recent years because it develops so naturally, not forced at all. You thought it's gonna be heavy on romance? No. Like, they barely get anywhere until very late of the drama, but everything between those characters that happens so logically and naturally and reasonably. They capture the details of real people's reactions under all kinds of circumstances. Then when it comes to the 3 women's career life, personal life, friendship, it's also so honest and real. Nobody is perfect. The 3 female leads, they're all flawed and sometimes flawed in ways that you actually would not really, in any sensible way, agree with what they do. After a couple of episodes, when they really show you the details of what have gone through their mind, why they do certain things, how they talk about that to each other, how they move on. It just has that realistic feel of how things gets done. In reality, it's not condensed down to a tag, it's not simplified. It really gets a living space to have all the details reflected. And all the actors have done such a good job playing their role. To me, Liu Tao hasn't been doing many good roles for a long time. Her golden ages were back in the early 2000s when she was in a lot of period dramas. Also beginning of Ode to Joy, but then Ode to Joy, this whole IP kind of failed. She's in the position where she cannot play super young pretty girls anymore, but then her successful career woman role really hasn't been so convincingly grounded, even in Ode to Joy. Yet this is the first one I'd say she completely successfully pulled off this used to be successful television program anchor who ran into midlife crisis in Ever Since and rebuilt herself up. It's weirdly positive, although everybody has so many problems in this story. It's weirdly light comedy, but then not forcing it. It's weirdly enjoyable when it comes to the romantic relationship where you kind of had no expectation that it's gonna work out. This drama provides me only surprise, only happiness, only good things I totally don't see coming. It really didn't get noticed. A lot of people have no idea this drama existed. When I tell them Liu Tao, Liu Yuning, Chai Biyun, and Qin Hailu had this drama, they were like, what? We've never heard anything. We don't see any promotion anywhere. And it actually went on satellite television, but still a lot of people don't know. If you haven't watched this drama and you want to find a, definitely will not disappoint you, focus on 30s to 40s Korean woman contemporary drama, watch this one. You will not regret. Moving on to the next one, the fifth one. Not that it's ranked on the fifth, it happened later in the year. And I want to talk about period dramas at the end. So this is the last contemporary drama on my list of the best dramas. And you know, since I told you it's contemporary. 问心, the heart, the medical drama. The so hard to make it good and so easy to fail and often fails. And my mother just can't deal with medical drama category. Finally has a drama that made my mother want to chase it every day. I've made a video saying all the good things not so long ago about this drama. So if you want to know the details about 问心 and my opinion about it, you can check out. At the end of the year, when I think back on all the dramas I've watched, I still have a very good aftertaste of 问心. I adore the main three people, the three musketeers of our story. I really want them to make a second season. I know actually Nimon is moving on making the second season, but the problem is they may not be able to get certain actors back. And to me, for the three main leads, if it's not Zhao Youting, Jin Shijia, and Mao Xiaotong, it's not worth making. If you have not yet watched this drama, the best way I can describe it is the best medical drama Chinese drama that has produced in the last couple of years. It is not exactly the replicate of reality and medical profession in China, but it's done with a lot of love and respect to the profession. Since my mother said it's good enough for her as a lifelong cardiologist, it is good enough. Finally, we have two more on my list of being my favorite and best Chinese dramas this year. And it probably wouldn't really be agreed by most of the people out there. In period drama category, first one would be the tiny web drama that's made by pretty much not professional people with no professional gears, with hardly any budget. 故乡四曲, ancient love song. A drama that before it happened, nobody knows it exists because it has no money to promote. It shows up on Bilibili as a drama that has a lot of Bilibilis in different categories doing well, content creators showing up on screen playing roles, airing on Bilibili in this odd way of having episode 14 as episode 1 because it is two people running in opposite directions on a timeline story. So you can watch it 14, 13, 12 to 1. You can watch it 1 to 14. Either way, because of the size of it, it can only concentrate on this romantic and time travel story. It doesn't have a huge world view. It barely has any budget to do a big scene of people fighting. With all the limits that's there, yet everybody loves it. I've seen so many content creators actually put it on their favorite list of the year. We see the love and this genuine affection and passion for the story that the people who are working on the story have for it. Even the actors who are not well known as the leads, as the supporting leads, and often get even like argued about whether they're pretty enough to play those roles, which to me is just baffling. Gave us such a full and beautiful story. The type of, because it's so little that every second counts, the type of every shot is meaningful and everything has been worked out perfectly. They are limited by what they have, but they gave us far exceeding our expectation quality based on what they have. And also because it doesn't have any famous people attached to it, no big investors, no highly traffic choices, it doesn't have any shit outside of the drama. All the trolls on the internet fandom, all the ugly things. This drama is so clean of that. We have no fandom, like they have no fandom. Nobody in this drama have like a big enough fandom to create anything. And everybody who's watching it are like almost joining in, supporting them mentally in that way, hoping the drama can do well, appreciating it, doing free advertisement for it, because compared to a lot of very calculated, very shameless practices in drama making to coax money out of your pocket and literally suck blood like vampires, this one is like a little white flower that is so innocent and pretty, quietly blooming in its secret little corner on internet, and then being appreciated by people who discovers it. The last one, you already know since I told you it's a period drama, and I really don't have that many good period drama reviews this year, right? So, 一念归山, not perfect, has a lot of problems. I have extensive videos complaining about what I don't like about this drama. Still though, it is the best period drama I've seen this year. Characters, the depth, the things that it tries to discuss, maybe not fully succeeding at it, but its attempt is quite brave. And for the unfortunate internet turmoil it went through, it just reflects right now what the rather pathetic condition is like online. It's not just in China, everywhere is like that. And it's not just in entertainment. It's in everything. These days it becomes so hard for everybody to sieve through the sea and ocean of information and find what's disinformation and what's real facts. And in a way, I think because of what I observe, I have the overcompensation of positive reaction to this drama just because I don't like how it's being put down on China's internet. If this drama has 5 more episodes, maybe it will solve most of the terrible problems it has, and then figuring out that character's line, it will be perfect. So it's an imperfect, made me clench my fist at certain points of the story, but still overall I appreciate its presence in my life, and I've enjoyed so much elements of this drama. Because it finishes pretty much towards the end of December, it's a perfect one to wrap up the year. There are dramas a lot of people appreciate and give it high score that I totally don't get. There are also dramas I didn't manage to get to because there are so many more dramas I haven't had time to watch, although I've already watched so many. And also we have dramas that are airing now, like literally showing up at the end of December. Technically speaking, it's still 2023 drama, although they may air into next year or the very end of this year, and they're good. But because it hasn't finished, I haven't had time to like actually deal with it. They kind of will skip this video. For example, right now the drama 明龙少年, The Hope, I think, English title, the Zhang Ruoyun led based on Japanese Dragon Sakura high school drama. Very good. If they aired it earlier, right, then by now it would have finished, and it probably will put it also on my best dramas this year's list. If you haven't watched it, go and check it out. It's definitely not a waste of your time. Also, we have the very proper 文苍芒, not made for making money, but so high freaking standard. Another drama that probably is not entertainment value heavy and probably international audiences wouldn't really get, but to Chinese people, it has a lot of value. Also, I see like nobody really has any complaint. Not because they dare not, literally because it's a well-made one, like the 觉醒年代 one we've had not so long ago. So these dramas happen too late for me to put them on this list, and they haven't finished airing. So next year, if I still remember, first is if my channel still exists by next year end, and so if I'm still like watching that many dramas, then I'll talk about them. So that totally depends on 2024. If there are good enough dramas, a lot of them, then I may forget about their existence. Anyway, that should conclude the summary video from Abneo X of Chinese Dramaland 2023, the good ones. What are your dramas of the year? Share that with people in the comment section. I hope you are all having a great time, great holiday season. It's just broad stroke, New Year, whatever you celebrate. 2024, a new era's beginning. Exciting. Please take care. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.